Oh no! He's back again. What's going on? Oh no, Mark's here!
I am here to drink your beer.
Yeah! Woo! It's like back when I used to be a DJ. It'd be like my final thing of the night would be like when last call's like last call for alcohol, last cruise for brews, last try for that DUI. People hated that. They're like, dude, come on, you can't jinx the customers like that.
Look,
like, yeah, I can.
The cool kids drinking and driving is fun.
Drinking and driving is fun. Okay, so here in Tulsa today, Asking Alexandria is playing at Cane's.
Yeah.
And then down the street from them is Korn. And like everybody tonight is like, why aren't you at one of these concerts since I work in radio for rock music and stuff? No, it's great, man. No, I get to go to Will Dorado on Saturday.
Nice. Chris, how do you feel about this podcast being at least 1/3 Neil's travel log?
I'm fine with it. I'm kind of used to it, so it's like, whatever. My travel log. I'm going to Paris and Rome in February, so I can say that.
It was his travel log before I met like certain friends of mine and my job got cool. Like his travel log for the longest time where he saw, I went to the Great Wall of China. I slept with prostitutes in the Philippines.
I'm kind of jealous.
It was Thailand.
It's Thailand. I'm Thailand. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. But before
Japan.
we get into this,
Wait,
you've been to Thailand, Chris?
Yeah, but I went to Chiang Mai to go make cock.
All right.
We don't have to do it on the podcast, but after the podcast, can you tell me how many hookers you slept with and what genders they were?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. How many bricks on the Great Wall of China? Is like that's the same question, Okay, so
same out, yeah.
Guys, before we jump into doing the podcast and something like that, I have noticed something, and Chris, you are off.
Yeah, by like 30 minutes. It's a really bad delay.
It's really bad delay. And your camera right now looks like a camera from like literally Microsoft Word, like back in the day when you used to put the AOL.
It kind of looks like when I would watch like scrambled porn. So, I'll tell my anecdote while we're waiting for him to get his fucking technology together.
Sure.
So I've never been to Thailand. The ex-wife went to Thailand, but she lived in Japan for a little while, so they just sort of toured all over East Asia. But my college thesis, at least one attempt at a college thesis, was on child prostitution in Thailand.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I ended up changing it to something
That's a deep
else.
subject, bro.
Yeah, I went like all in on like child trafficking research and child prostitution research. And so I was in my public library in Long Island, New York, and the librarian's like, trying to help me. I'm a college student, and I'm like, I need literature on the subject. I need to check out some books, and I need to do research here for my paper. And he was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's on child prostitution in Thailand. And he was like, come with me. And he's like, you want this, you want this, you want this. And he was like, have you ever been to Thailand? And I'm like, no, it actually started because of a Batman novel that I had read where, like whatever case he had been working on, like led to him going to Thailand. to deal with like child prostitution. It was like a Batman
Damn.
novel. Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway,
There you go. You look better.
Much better, Chris. To finish this up, because he's back now, the librarian pulls on my shoulder, pulls me closer to him, and he's just like, if you ever go to Thailand, you can fuck anything you want. Girls, boys, dogs, whatever you want to fuck. Thailand, you'll get it. Right now, I just like books. Thank you.
Yes, and here at the WWE, we just want you guys to know that we are no longer PG as we gone over to the Netflix.
It's just so like he gave me this deep, dark secret. I'm like, sir, I'm an academic. So,
I just got news today, right before we start the podcast too. I just got news today that it's row 5 I will be sitting in this year at WrestleMania 41.
It's the one in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Good for you, man.
But I know. So
When is
like it's in April. I don't know. April. I don't know. I can look it up. It's in April. It's so far out of my shoot right now.
I just want to make sure. I want to see if it's the same week.
Why, you gonna go to Vegas? You gonna go coming out in Vegas?
Look,
We got plenty of rooms. I'll let you sleep in my room, bro. I don't give a shit. Like anybody that wants to come to Vegas that just wants to hang out, I'll let them sleep in my room with me. I don't give a shit because this mansion is so big. It's got like, it's weird. It's nuts.
I have tickets to Metallica in Tampa.
At the Spear? Oh no,
no, in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Assuming we don't have COVID or a hurricane in June. But yeah, so for Christmas and my birthday, I kind of guilted my parents into getting me both nights because Metallica's got that like 2-night tour they've been doing for the last 2 years. This is year 3 of this. They're finally
I was at it in Arlington.
Okay, well they're bringing you to Tampa finally. So I think I want to take one kid on the night that's Ice Nine Kills and take the other kid on the night that it's Pantera.
The Pantera is okay just because it's good because of Zakk Wylde.
Mm-hmm.
The Ice Nine Kills though, man.
Yeah.
To be honest, out of the 2 nights, that was the opener that like just knocked you right out of the damn park. Like
nice.
Ice Nine Kills knew what the job was, and the job was to rock so much ass.
Rock the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we got to come up with a good bumper so we can open this up. Let's see here.
You don't want to use my bumper about being able to sleep with boys, girls, and dogs in Thailand?
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all the great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it is a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Ma.
Wow. And he's Mark. You're way off again, bro. Like, I don't know what is going off. I have no idea what's going on with your side, bro, but you are way. Is he not way off again?
It's slightly better than it was before.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give you that.
I'll just restart my fucking computer. How about that? You guys talk.
Oh my gosh. All right. Then we'll restart. Or you just restart it all over when you get back. All right. Come on. Hurry up.
It's just going to end up being me and you just telling stories.
I know, right? Right. This weekend, I went to the Oktoberfest, which is now voted the #1 Oktoberfest by USA Today as of last year. Yeah, it is huge, dude. It is ginormous.
That hurts me as a genetic European.
But it shouldn't, because there's a lot of genetic Europeans here.
But that means white people.
But it was insane. I worked 2 days of it at my radio station, at a booth or whatever. And then the third on Saturday, the crazy night, I brought $20 in pennies because you're supposed to throw pennies in people's beers and stuff like that. And I'm the VIP, which is like it's like on this ramp above everybody else that's at their table. So I can just sit in there from that ramp and just like toss these things like across things. security guard comes up to me and says that they are no longer allowing penny tossing. Like they did COVID, but now it's not allowed. Now,
First, they took away midget tossing. Now they're talking about penny tossing. This country becomes more and more fascistic every day.
now, Chris, you work in the medical.
I'm
Mark. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mark, you work in the medical field, right?
I do.
Okay. Does copper or alcohol carry disease?
Not in and of themselves.
Exactly. And even when you put copper is not, if I remember correctly, it does not it doesn't grasp onto things.
I guess if I lick a penny and then you lick the penny and I had COVID, you might also get it.
But it's a chance is less than dying in an airplane crash.
Yeah, it would be hard to contract a communicable disease from throwing pennies into water. But life is weird now.
Life is weird. That is the best.
I got a question for you. So
Yeah.
we did since we're just killing time, we did the top 10 worst movies on streaming currently.
Oh, one second. I saw just a bunch of people just got in watching us. What happened is that we're waiting for the other guy. His computer was not working well, and we're just telling stories until he gets back. If he should be back, and actually, he just popped in.
Oh boy.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Okay, we're good.
There's something that you do. There's something that you click on or something, and usually within 5 minutes of when you come in, it just goes bad. So whatever else you are running on your computer, don't open up things. Don't if you want to search for things, do it on your phone.
All right. Well, did you want to start it, or what do you want to do?
That's the best way we can do it because okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what? The best thing to do at this point is probably just to restart it because just like the orgy I went to last week, it was not a good finish.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, this is a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
I'm fucking Chris.
And he's fucking Chris. Wow. I'm glad this is a video. I'm glad on the video we're 12 minutes off because if we were on any platform, we would have totally got kicked off right away. So I'm glad we're 12 minutes in because it's 5 minutes in, I think it is.
I'm Neil and I'm Chris and I'm pissed off.
And by the way, Mark's here with us today, guys. Mark,
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Mark.
And every time I see Mark, I look him right in his eyes, and I can only say one thing.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
I will fuck you, all right? I will enter you.
Yeah!
I can't tell you how many times both things have been said to me at work.
Whoa, man. And if you guys don't know, he worked. Never mind. I was going to make it bad.
I work in a correctional facility. Let's just say that.
Oh, you definitely get entered a lot. Anyway, guys, we're talking movies. We're movies, guys. We're movies when we talk movies. Today we're talking 2 movies out there in the movie world. The first one is Woman of the Hour, featuring the lovely, the awesome Anna Kendrick.
I have a confidence thing?
Yeah, look, everybody. You know what I mean? Excuse me, ladies, don't think he's like a confidence thing.
Sorry, he's a crazy person. I don't know him.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because this was an ordeal. It's every time I get dressed, I have to confront what does this say about me? Because I have stuff going on here and in here, and I need my shirt to be a reflection of that.
That's a lot of responsibility for a shirt.
Yeah, well, I probably don't need to tackle the meaning of life every time I make a decision about clothes.
I actually relate to that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it takes me like half an hour every morning just to decide what to wear.
Oh, because I thought this was a terrible, terrible accident.
From Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
From her greatest movie ever, Mr. Right. Gosh, anything with Sam Rockwell in it, though. I mean,
No,
that
it's
is-
not Rockwell. I just don't know.
That is
Okay.
incorrect. Her best movie of all time is Dummy.
oh, Dummy is such. That was a series, though, wasn't it? That wasn't a movie.
It was a movie that they cut up at the 10-minute clicks for Quibi.
Yeah, I remember Quibi, and that was
Yeah.
the one. That and Reno 911 was the reason I got Quibi
Yeah.
back in the day. Did you watch Dummy, Mark? I mean,
No, I
Chris.
didn't.
Gosh,
This
my
is
God.
I'm gonna do this all. I'm just gonna keep doing this the whole episode. I'm just gonna keep
Great.
calling everybody by the wrong names. All right, next coming up, we got Danny Del Zuita.
just
All
Daniel's
right.
It's not that hard.
Who's there?
Okay, man, just chill, all right? Look, I was wasted and I wandered in, so that was my bad, all right? So I'm just gonna leave, okay? Stay right there. Don't you move. Yeah, that's right. I know what's in there, and I ain't leaving without it. You got me? Now you do as I say, all right? Well, do you hear me or what? I said stop.
All right.
Don't you move.
That's from Don't Breathe. Neil.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to shoot Mark. Anyway, it's a toy, dude. You can tell. That was from Don't Stop, one of the best.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Is it? No, Don't Breathe. Is it?
You said don't stop.
Believing.
God.
Sure.
All right. I've had a
Hang on.
crazy day already. Anyway,
Hang on, I got a question for Chris. Did he do drugs before the show?
I think so.
Okay.
Don't- Okay.
Don't tell his mom.
Oh,
Okay. But also get him off the show if he's on drugs because he's
Oh
really
my
messing this up.
gosh. Anyway, guys. Next, Tony Hale, everybody.
I knew who else is in this movie.
I already said Tony Hale.
Oh.
Like
What am
5 minutes.
What am I going to do with you, Batman? You've destroyed a perfectly good giant robot castle. You're going to have to answer for that.
Let's end this, Joker. Just you and me.
With pleasure. Oh, I'd hate to come all the way to ancient Japan and miss out on a samurai sword fight. Right, Bats?
Then you won't be disappointed.
Not too bad. Making all of my dreams come true.
Happy to help.
Ooh, don't tease. You're getting me excited.
All right, so Neil, you wanted to choose. You didn't choose Pete Holmes to be in this.
We have had Tony Hale literally on this podcast like 10 different times since we've done clips. I have literally, you can see in my history of every time I have grabbed Arrested Development. I have grabbed Veep. I have grabbed some movie where he said something weird. Like, so at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm finally getting my fucking Tony Hale Joker on there.
Veep
Alright.
is one of those shows I have to finish watching. I watched it a couple of years ago. Got almost done with it. I think I'm a season or two away from finishing it, and then life got in the way. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Oh my god, it's so sad when she dies at the end, dude.
Right after she gets kidnapped by aliens, but
Dude,
before she got
the-
drafted by the Denver Nuggets.
Dude, they're called Hispanics. You can't call them aliens. Oh.
Sorry, I don't subscribe to your gaslighting racism.
Anyway, Nicola Robinson, everybody.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do what?
Let's make a baby.
Hey, I thought you said. When did you change your mind? Where's Charlie?
She's napping.
I'll just take a shower real quick.
No, she's gonna be up in 20 minutes.
You could have picked Pete Holmes, dude. They'll find something.
Everything
Not
you
able to
do-
find a whole lot of stuff. Like
Everything
you have,
you do is
I feel like she
terrible,
was
Neil.
more important. I think she was more important to the plot than Pete Holmes was.
maybe,
But
maybe.
yeah, way, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
Fine.
All right. Anyway, the second movie that we're doing this week is one. Now, remember, guys, both movies that we reviewed today is all because of Mark Radley. So, therefore, if you don't like anything that we're about to talk about, it is all his fault. Whatever we do or say to these movies is all Mark's fault.
I don't care.
The next, a movie about one of the greatest producers, writers of music in the entire history of
Calm the
music.
fuck down. Calm the fuck down with that.
That's not a lie, bro.
This is
Go
me doing
look it
Pharrell-
up. Look at
this is-
research. Look at
this
facts.
This is me doing Pharrell in Piece by Piece. It's
How many?
almost over now? Almost over
Almost
now.
over now. How many number one hits has Pharrell written or produced or sang?
I don't know.
Versus
13.
Bob Rock. Versus Bob Rock, the producer of Metallica's The Black Album, You Psycho.
But anyway, yeah, but he has done everything in the entire musical world.
Who were the three producers that were in Garbage along with the fuck?
Butch Vig.
Butch Vig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Pharrell too, but like, let's not be insane.
Yeah.
No, we can't talk about how awesome he is, and that everybody is loving it, and he wrote that too. Anyway, here's the great Pharrell's movie, Piece by Piece, first featuring the one, the only, the great Pharrell Williams.
And I loved music. Like everybody loves music, but I'm realizing I had a different kind of relationship with it. Like it was mesmerizing to me. I didn't even know that I was mesmerized. I just thought that's what all black kids did. I thought we all just stared into the speaker like, whoa.
Straight to the Wild Wild West, you're going straight to the Wild Wild West.
I'm seeing colors. It's called synesthesia. It's not something that you see with your physical eyes. It's something that you see in your mind's eye.
Yeah, so that's actually from Piece by Piece.
Yes, because Pharrell has never been in a movie where he has a talking spot for more than 5 seconds. But there's other people in this movie that did, like the one and only Snoop Doggy Dogg.
And how does that help?
By the way, it's just Snoop Dogg. It's not Snoop
Oh
Dogg.
my god!
What the fuck are you saying? You want me to go get his fucking first album and put it right in your face?
He's going by Snoop Dogg now. That's all he's going.
I don't give a fuck. If I went up to Snoop Dogg and said, "Hey, Snoop Doggy Dogg," he gonna be like,
You
"What's
just
up?"
sound
That's it.
you just sound like you're
what's up.
fucking. You sound like you're 70 when you say that.
Chris is one of them genetic Europeans we were talking about.
I am.
Yes, genetic European.
Genetic Europeans. That was very genetic European of you.
All right, the
how
dog
does that-
father himself, Mr. Snoop Lion, Mr. Snoop Doggy Dog, Mr. Snoop to the double D to the O to the GG, Mr. Snoop Dogg. There. Oh my God, Chris, I'm gonna kill you.
This clip segment goes on interminably.
And
I
how
know,
does that
like
help
it's
if I get?
22 minutes at this point.
And how does that help if I get shampoo in my dick hole? What? You mean to tell me you ain't never got shampoo in your pee hole?
Okay, maybe like once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice when you was playing with yourself.
No, I wasn't playing with myself. I was showering. Crazy got up in there.
Bullshit. Cam Newton's law of gravity is that thing must be up in order for that soap to go down.
That's what Neil picked for Snoop Dogg.
Whoa! You didn't get the end of it.
Well, no, I don't need to hear Mac Miller talk about it some more.
No. So the end of it is the greatest joke about it at all, which wraps the whole joke up. And he's like, man, I think they didn't want you to be, playing with your thing with shampoo anyway. He goes, why? If that's the case, then why they call it Johnson and Johnson?
You didn't give me that part of it.
I wish we were on my show because I would have given you the Pinkie Pie.
But anyway, also in this movie is the amazing, one of the greatest singers of all time, Mr. Justin Timberlake.
What? No.
Branch, you can't say no. They're your friends.
They're your friends.
You just want to hide here forever?
Forever? No. Yeah, I really only have enough supplies down here to last me 10 years, 11 if I'm willing to store and drink my own sweat. Which I am. You all said I was crazy, huh? Well, who's crazy now? Me.
Is that from the Troll World Tour? I guess.
Yes, Troll World Tour. Well, he's unanimated in this one. He's animated that one. One of the greatest rappers in the history of mankind. The one, the only, voted by other rappers. I agree. I've been listening to him all week long. Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Scientists say chickens come from dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are extinct. So it's like I'm eating on some type of mythological creature or something, right? Which is why I ain't even sweating this chicken. Although veganism is close to my heart. But if dinosaurs is extinct, and if I'm following that logic, this chicken ain't even real. None of this is real. None of it. I promise you that. You vegan?
I tried. But they said I couldn't eat pussy, so I quit. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from, but it's great. It's great.
That's from Power. It's from
Okay,
Power,
sorry.
the show Power. And last but not least, one of my favorite rappers of all time, a guy who's always got me in the mood to keep my head thinking, the one, the only, Mr. Busta Rhymes.
Oh, shit, man. Charlie, where the fuck you been at, man? Don't you know we've been looking all over this motherfucker for you? And why the hell you dressed like me anyway? I ain't paying you to be Michael Myers. I'm playing Michael Myers. If them kids come around and see us dressed up in the same shit, you're gonna ruin the whole effect. Ah, damn it. The hell is wrong with you? I said, what you looking at me like that for? Huh? You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something?
That's from show, right?
No, that's Halloween Resurrection.
Okay,
And I have to
Resurrection.
tell you, so a couple years ago we did an on trial for Halloween.
One second. And guys, those are all the people from Piece by Piece. Piece by Piece is the movie we'll be reviewing. All right, and Mark, go.
So a couple years ago we were doing an on trial for Halloween Resurrections. My entire defense of that movie was reading every single line of dialogue from Busta Rhymes.
Nice!
In my best Busta Rhymes voice. It's a quality segment, let me tell you.
Well, when I went to the IMDb page, and like the first people were like who they were, I was like, I know exactly what. Like, this is the quickest it has taken me to grab quick clips.
There's only one other clip you could have possibly grabbed of his, and it's his nonsense from Higher Learning.
Oh man, I didn't even think about Higher Learning.
What
I
are
haven't
you
seen
two
that movie
doing
in a
there? Plotting?
decade.
Yeah, we're plotting to steal.
I haven't seen Higher Learning in a minute. All right, Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
Find us on movies.net. We're at facebook.com/podcast. We're an X and GS podcast. We're an Instagram GS podcast. We're hold on a second. We're www.net.com. www.net.com. Find us on a bunch of the podcasts. We're on patreon.com/suck. We're on bonfire.com/suck, and some of you find us up there. Go to Blackwood Dash Productions TeePublic. You'll find our shirt there and stuff Neil's made. And where you find podcasts on News and Suck and something new. Mark, why don't you give your detail real quick?
W2mnet.com is the landing page. W2M Network is where you find all our YouTube stuff, where we are currently streaming this nonsense live. You can also see I am at Mark Radulich on TikTok, where I cut clips of this show, that show, and every other show. Also show fun stuff of my kids, concerts that I go to, etc., etc. My son is going to play D&D, I think, a week from Friday, and he wants me to film it and put that shit on TikTok.
Yeah, do it.
Nice! Because it's D&D.
That's right.
You
can find all my podcasts in the audio form in which God intended them to be on Radulich Broadcasting Network, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you stick podcasts in your ear hole.
All right, Neil, who are we talking today?
Today, we're going to be talking about a good local bar in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Yes, it's called Ribby's. Look at that. Arcade and Bistro. It looks like a cool nightclub on the outside, but no, it is the center for all that is geekiness. It is all arcade games, pinball games, all the above. Every corner of this place has pinball. Look, even the bathrooms are cool. Like, look, there's a room called the Moon Room where it's only 21 and over. You can go back and you can play all old Nintendo systems and stuff like that and sit there and hang out with your buddies. This place is just packed to the rim. If you can see, every place they could, they put a video game in every spot. Not only that, these guys have some of the best cocktails. Look at that Bloody Mary. Do you not want it? I want 3 of them right now. And look how many shrimp you get with that. 1, 2, 3, like on one Bloody Mary. But here's a packed out house. They also have, this is the s'mores. Oh, look at that. The s'mores. Oh, I need to drive over there right now. Look at it. Oh, this is how you guys feel every time. Oh, yeah. And they are the official Community's Choice Awards for the best hamburger in Oklahoma. Yeah. Woo. Street tacos and everything. It's called Remy's Night Arcade and Bistro. It is in Bartlesville, located at 622 Southeast Frank Phillips Boulevard, Bartlesville, Oklahoma 74007. If you're ever around, just go to remysarcade.com, or you can go to their Facebook, which is facebook.com/Remy's Arcade.
Okay. You guys already talking movies? It's 7 minutes in. Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's talk
5 minutes into it. Why not?
Let's talk Woman of the Hour, directed by Anna Kendrick and written by Ian McDonald. This stars Anna Kendrick as Cheryl. Yeah, just Cheryl, I guess. Wrong one.
I have a confidence thing?
Yeah, look, everybody.
It also stars Daniel Zavato as Rodney.
Who's there? Okay, man, just chill, all right?
Tony Hale as Ed.
What am I going to do with you, Batman?
Nicole Robertson as Laura.
Okay, let's do this.
Also stars Pete Holmes as Terry, Autumn Best as Stingamy, Catherine Gallagher as Charlie, and Kelly Jackal as Sarah. Neil, read the storyline for Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour is based on the stranger than fiction true story of Cheryl Bradshaw and Rodney Alcala. Bradshaw was a bachelorette on the hit 70s show's TV matching show, The Dating Game, and chose handsome and funny bachelor number 3, Rodney Alcala, but behind Alcala's charming facade was a deadly secret. He was a psychopathic serial killer.
Can I take a minute to praise Anna Kendrick?
Dude,
she's better than great. I'll tell you why. Because I think Anna Kendrick gets kind of a raw deal. Like, I think most people they just know her as the Pitch Perfect girl.
When I'm gone, when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Anna Kendrick has a girl next door sort of presentation, so I think she also gets written off because she's neither the hottest babe nor she's not any one of these things. She's not like a gritty action kind of roll in the dirt actress like a Charlize Theron, and then she doesn't have like the presence of like a Kate Blanchett, and again, nor is she like a one any number of smoking hot chicks out there. So I think Anna Kendrick is just lumped in with, yeah, she's a pretty girl. Here's the thing, she's super talented. Everything she does is fucking gold. Like, I don't think you could name 5 bad things she's been in. You could maybe name 5 things you didn't like personally, but can you seriously think about, like, when you look at her catalog of things that she's either written or acted in or, had a shot of producing, whatever she's touched, it's all magic. And I'm saying all that because this is the first time she's directed a movie.
Do you know how many things she's been in?
A lot. That's why I'm saying this.
A lot.
I don't think Anna Kendrick gets the praise she deserves for being probably one of the best talents in Hollywood. I don't think this is a well-known negative story about her, like being, like this idiot from Wicked that's making all kinds of trouble, or Rachel Zegler, that or Brie Larson. Like, she's not twatty in any kind of way. My point is, this is her directorial debut, and is Woman of the Hour the best movie I've ever seen? No, but I think as a director, as a first-time director, she knocked this out of the park.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's solid all the
Yeah.
way through when it comes to directing. It feels like a movie. It doesn't feel like a TV movie. I think I'd really like to see what she does. More
Yeah,
of this. I want
I'll
to see
watch
more
anything that
what
she
she
puts her
does.
name on.
as a director.
I'm interested in because I think she has
Mhm.
she's one of those rare talents that her presence elevates the material.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
And she was not
I got
bad in this.
one major complaint about this freaking movie. Let me start off right here.
No,
Let me just start right here. All right. If you're gonna put up subtext that says where you're at and what year you're in, please make it more than 10 seconds. All right.
Because you're a slow
Like,
reader. That's
I
what-
was
is
so
that
I
what-
missed like 2 of the bumpers that said it's a different year, a different place or whatever.
Well,
I missed
Neil, what's
compl-
the-
and
what-
me and my wife were sitting there staring at the screen like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and
what year are we in?
Yeah. So we actually
What
I'm
is this,
glad
the
it was on the
winter? I don't know where
platform.
we are.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
like when you wake up
I
in the
don't know
back
what you guys
of
are
the car
doing,
in
but
Skyrim. You don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway,
but Neil, I didn't have a problem with that. I noticed it, but I guess you didn't.
no, I mean, like, no, we didn't. Like, we're talking, or because you're watching it at home. We were not in a movie theater. Me and my wife were like, how, what are we gonna have for dinner after this, or whatever we were talking about.
Me and my wife sat down and watched it, and we had no issues.
All right, I
on
want
it,
to throw this out
okay.
there. So
Okay, well, I'm glad that you and your wife is so perfect that you don't look at each other when you talk, and you can automatically see this.
I didn't say
All
that.
right, what?
We were watching a
tampon
fucking
back in
movie.
your vagina, Neil. Listen to me. I in your defense, why I said shut up for a minute. I also didn't know what the fuck was going on in the first 5 minutes of this movie because I put it on, I walked away, so I even missed what the Chiron was, and I come back and I'm doing something at the table, and I look up and I see these two, and I don't know who else is in this besides Anna Kendrick. I did, I knew what it was, but I didn't really research who the actors were or anything like that. So I'm watching, the murderer and the girl on on a grassy hill. And this scene goes on for what seems like ever, to the point where I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, did I put the wrong fucking movie on?
Exactly.
And then so I checked it. I'm like, nope, this is Woman of the Hour. Well, here we go. It's not a complaint in terms of craft. It was just like, this was unexpected. There's so much more going on in this movie than the dating game. I thought the whole thing was going to be the dating game. Like
I did too. I thought it was going to be like I haven't seen it yet, but I thought it was going to be like Saturday Night, or where it's just like they're all backstage.
Yeah.
Or like Late Night
I
with the
think
Devil.
Late Night with the
Night with
Devil.
Yeah, I was going to
right. That would be something I would compare.
Or
to.
any other of the 1970s ripoff things
the
that
Banana
came out
Split
this year.
movie. Where
This
that's
movie
all
had
two-
just this now has made a category because of this movie. The year 2024 is going to be known as the year everybody wanted to remember the goddamn 70s. Because
we're in that we're in that fucking part of the culture.
Yeah,
now.
but I mean, like literally every movie now that was based in the 70s to me is shit. Because there's too many of them now.
That was 50
You
years
just
ago.
cross the line. What are we at? We're at like number 5 now this year for how many movies were in the 1970s.
Well,
and
in the defense of the 70s, it was the best decade of movies ever.
No.
Post Coke free AIDS. I mean, come on.
Everybody knows 1930 was the 1930s was the shit, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, let's talk about the guy who played Rodney, Daniel Zavada. I thought he was so fucking.
Oh yeah.
creepy.
Well, his best stuff is when he's on the dating game and he's fucking with the guy next to him. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I tell you, that is what a representation of three kinds of men: the dope, the dope, the hidden swarmy, and the objectively shitty. Like, it's so good because but that's the thing. It was like Anna Kendrick sort of plays that perfectly. It's written really, really well because the guy who's just open and upfront with how shitty he is, he's like, I like you. You're the one.
Yeah.
The one hiding it is the problem, and the other guy is so stupid. It's he should be ignored. I have to say, the set design in this is really, really good. The costumes are great. Everybody looks the part. It's not
Do
as
they look the part? I mean, if you're going historically, I mean that's the lady
I meant
that
the
Anna Kendrick
costumes,
was
the actual outfits they're wearing, the hair.
that's the guy that he's playing.
I like
Yeah,
that you had this
see.
all set up, Neil. Thanks, Your Honor.
Of course, I have hundreds of pictures of this movie just laying around in here. Yeah, of course. But anyway, no, I agree with you on that. Go ahead, continue your thought. I was just laughing with you.
I would tell you that my only like craft criticisms are it drags in places. It's got some pacing issues. I think Anna Kendrick does a nice turn on stage where, you know, the girl tells her like, just have fun, don't worry about it, and she becomes kind of an asshole. And that's like the most fun the movie has. Not that this is a fun movie to begin with, but like I think you watch this because if you've watched like the Zac Efron movie where he plays like Ted Bundy or any one of these movies about a serial killer, you're waiting for the good stuff, and the good stuff in this movie isn't murders or anything like that. It's when she turns on the guys live on air, and Tony Hale's like sweating and like, I'm gonna kill this woman. That's the good stuff of this movie. It takes a really long time to get there, and and I wanted more of it, but there was only so much they could do with it, and I understand that. The rest of it, there's a really great tense scene where he tries to corner her at the car, and she is saved by the fact that people come out of the studio.
Oh God.
And that's the only other part of the movie where I really felt a lot of tension and a reason to sit here and watch this movie, other than general interest in the topic or in the actors. So that's really all I have to add about this. I'm not sad that I watched it or anything. I think it's a solid 2 for me on a 3-point scale. I don't know if you guys do scales here or not, but I do a 1 to 3 rating system where 1. No, listen to me, because I don't think you guys do scales here or rate things. So 1 will make my top 10, 2 is solidly in the middle, and 3 will make my bottom 5. This is a solid. That's I think you guys should adopt a rating system. At any time, kick me off the podcast, Neil. I'll understand.
So what Mark is talking to for people from, let's see, out of the 27, let's see how many are from Mark's network. All right, from the 2 people over at WTMnet that's watching us.
Ouch.
Don't worry, you guys get way more views. I study stuff like that.
This is a solid 2, is all I was saying.
Solid 2. And, oh no, one of them. Sophie, you got your your other
people are watching on my Facebook page.
Someone's watching us on your Facebook. But anyway, to get in there real quick to even talk about it, besides that one little spigot I did earlier, this movie was really good. I really liked what Mark said there, that what Daniel Zavada, Rodney and Cheryl, like when they were back and forth or whatever, that part it made it. And the fact that midway through, I didn't even know, like I remember I think I saw the 2017 documentary, The Dating Game Killer. So I think I already knew this, but I didn't know all of it anymore. I knew the gist of the subject. So like going into it, I was like, okay, I hope she doesn't pick him. And maybe that's I didn't realize that, because I really didn't do a deep dive on it until after I watched it. So didn't know she was gonna pick him or she's not gonna pick him. I didn't know where the terror was gonna come from. But again, I think the scene that you're talking about, even though it makes it might have been a little drawn out, the one where they're like in the desert or the mountains or wherever the heck they were at, the girl and the guy and the killer.
I actually really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah. Whoa, wait. I'm making a point and you can jump in right after. Grab that some bitch and you can do what you want with them. I think they did that on purpose to make it so you realize that this wasn't just going to be the fucking dating game, because it was just right there at the beginning. Sure. Now, tell me how much you liked it, and Mark is wrong about everything.
I don't think Mark's wrong about anything. Personally, I like this movie. I think it's solidly directed. Everyone in it's great, and P.M. was in it for some reason. I don't know why.
Can I ask a question to you guys real quick?
Yeah.
Would you have picked this if I hadn't twisted your arm?
Yes, because I
Yes.
had when this was not a twist your arm. Actually, about 2 weeks before you even mentioned this to us, someone already mentioned it to me, and then on top of that, this past Saturday when I was getting drunk, the guy was trying to explain when he got drunk that was the one who's like, "Hey, you should definitely watch this movie for your podcast." Then was trying to explain the movie to me and wanted to turn it on Netflix at his house, and I was like, "No, dude, I am not in the mood to sit here to try to remember what the hell I just watched. Maybe not. Maybe not." And then I passed out, and anyway, it didn't matter because as soon as he turned on the TV, I passed out on the couch anyway. It was a great Oktoberfest. And remember, guys, I Uber everywhere. Uber in life. Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Anyway.
Back to you, Chris. Sorry I interrupted you.
So, yeah, we would have watched this. My wife, all I had to say is that Anna Kendrick's in it, and we was like, okay, I'll watch it. By the it's much harder than that to get her to go see movies with me. But when it came to this movie, it was really well directed. I remember we turned it off. We looked at my wife and we're like, "That was good. It's a good movie. It's a good movie." And
best part of it, best part. Are you guys ready? Did you see it? It was an hour and 35 minutes. It wasn't this 3-hour thing.
Well,
my wife we had this discussion at the end of this movie because she actually could stay awake for it. Because it's only an hour and a half and my wife are like, maybe they should just divide any movie that's in 3 hours long into 2 movies, an hour and 30 minute each movie. Each movie should only be an hour and 30 minutes.
I mean, this movie came out because it's also trying to say something not just about Rodney, but about the male
Hey,
thing
dude,
going on.
we all
And it
love
was-
Rodney King, man, for life.
Wow.
But yeah, this movie it's a good movie. I can't wait to see what Kendrick does after this. It's on Netflix and it's easy to watch, so it goes down smooth. I think
It goes down smooth.
It's not
Is it like a
challenging
Miller Lite?
it's not it's just not going to challenge you in any way. Like it's a well done film, Well, that's what it is. But you know what, guys? Neil, I'll give my score.
All right, yeah, go for it. What's your score, buddy?
It's like a 3.8, 3.9. It's fine. It's a good movie.
Is it a 3.8 or a 3.9?
Yeah, it's hovering, dude. It'll probably change within the year.
I have a spreadsheet going here, man. I got to keep these on here so we can add them up at the end, and then when you tell me what your top 10 are for this year, I can compare them to like these other ones that you said all season.
You're gonna be seeing Venom next week. Please.
I have not. I've never. No, I don't have the time or the patience. You know me. I can barely look at a screen for more than 2 hours. So I'm going, what's over here? Ooh, squirrel.
What's your score?
Anyway, my score on this one would probably be. I'll give it a good 4. You know what? I'm going to give Anna Kendrick her 4 for her first directorial debut because since it is a first-time director, how many times do you see a first-time director knock a movie out of the park? Like, because it was good, it was great. I mean, by any means, you'll probably have to remind me I watch it in a year or two, but as soon as you do, I'll be like, oh, and then I'll probably go and watch it right away, like when I go to bed that night or something, and turn it on because I'll be like, oh, I totally forgot about that movie. But it was a good movie. But yeah, I love the 70s too.
Oh, okay. All right. Mark,
hear
is
it
it
out
a scale
down
of
the
2,
street.
1 to 3? 3.9 for me, 3.4 for Neil on the Neil suck scale. I'm on gmail.com, Neil. What's the audience score for Woman of the Hour?
Ooh, the audience gave this an 82%.
They get a 68%. What the fuck?
I can see
They're
that.
a bunch of bitches.
If I could speak for the trees for just a moment.
Yeah.
Nobody gets killed in this.
Yeah.
There were no like vicious strangle jobs.
People
I
are
didn't
really
even think
wanting.
about- I didn't even think about that. It
Look,
was the whole Alfred Hitchcock thing where you talk about it or you kind of show
Well,
some of it.
I think they
Well, I
wanted
mean that one lady got killed, didn't she? The one in the
Yeah, I don't know like how. I don't remember how graphic
anyway.
it is.
But I think more so like they wanted like. Well, I always thought this being more about like the killing and they didn't
That's
really care
what I'm
about.
saying. If like nobody watches like the true crime stuff for the relationship issues.
And this
And
is
a
what it
lot
has.
of,
It has
and
those
that's the thing is, I
visuals.
think what Anna Kendrick definitely did with this movie was balance the true crime nature of it with a lot of the gender politics of that
Yeah.
time.
And it was good. It's done
Yeah,
well.
without being twatty or preachy, which I think is really where she hit the home run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
that's me who likes who
In the
likes
corner.
watching clips of the newsroom on TikTok. The average true crime person wants to see handsome men kill people, or beleaguered women kill men. That's what they're wanting.
Let's
And
let's
they
watch
didn't get that
Snapped.
here. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and remember, guys, everybody that's watching out there, there's a lot of you right now. If you guys want to be part of the conversation, join in the chat, type something. If you think Mark's wrong, if I'm wrong, if Chris is wrong, let us know, man. Yell at us. Let us know in the chat area.
Yeah, if you
Anyway,
think I'm
continue.
wrong, I'll absolutely send a well check of police to your house because you're clearly needing it.
When he gets swatted.
Oh, reset for wall.
I'm
Okay.
so smart.
What's the critic score for When They Are New?
Critic score is going to be 73%.
91% certified.
I fucking
Holy
knew it.
shit!
I
Are you
knew it.
serious?
Yeah, that,
All right, I like Anna Kendrick. I like this movie. 91%.
Well, no, listen,
You see the
Neil,
part I said about gender politics?
Yeah,
That's
no,
why.
but Neil, listen. It's not how much they liked it. Is it liked it or didn't? Keep that in mind.
It's
So
the amount of people that liked it.
yeah, it's not like
Not positive. And
Yeah.
I will say, like I said, the critics are looking for movies that validate their point of view.
Mhm.
And this was a very girl power kind of movie. So the critics are, so if you're a guy, you're giving this a favorable review because you don't want to be ostracized. And if you're a girl, you're giving this a favorable review because you're a girl.
yeah.
It's not that hard.
Chris Consensus says definitely directed by star Anna Kendrick. Women That Are uses an incredible true story as the foundation for a powerful examination of the intersection between distinct misogyny and violence. So yeah,
There you go.
yeah, and
I can guarantee you this got inflated high scores because of that alone.
Yep.
Okay, so this is from Bill J. Udbury of New York Magazine. He says the
I want
circular
that
structure,
suit.
the circular structure, as much as it may make thematic sense, also prevents cohesion. I don't agree with that. But that's what like I said, and this is from Robert Levin of Newsday. He says this is an accomplished directorial debut, movie made with vision, smarts, and vision. 3.5 out of 4. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Women Out of the
That
Wee Hour
sounds tasty.
on Netflix. Yes, and fucking watch it now. It's
Well, I mean, Chris, I'm just gonna say this and it's one time, and I will fuck you. Okay.
I will fuck you, all right? I will enter you.
sorry. Neil, you got news ready? You got news ready to go? Or you're just trying
Whatever, man.
Are you okay today, Chris? Do you need a hug? Do you need
No, I
some?
don't-
You need some Red Bull?
I'm having a bit of vertigo today,
Would
so
you like a Sprite?
actually
Yeah,
kinda
that's
would.
right. I just got a big cup of Gatorade with with the Chiefs and Niners Super Bowl cup. I was from. The
I
Super
had
Bowl party.
Gatorade earlier. I needed soda for this podcast, though.
H2O.
So Neil, you ready?
Oh, he's got a hint. Get it? A hint of nothing. Okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we do news segment at this point. News.
Oh, we have the background change. Oh, there we go.
This is the Movies Don't Suck and Some of Them New. So I'm going to read stuff to these two guys, and hopefully they like it. If not, they can eat a sack of potatoes.
Stop doing drugs before the podcast, Neil.
Yeah, Neil.
Anyway, so do we guys know the new rules for DCU canon now?
Ugh.
Tell me.
Oh God.
So
Now, I wish I
as
was
of
on
this
drugs.
this past weekend, New York Comic Con, James Gunn showed up and gave a big rundown of everything coming out. The Creature Commanders that's coming out on the 20th, which that's going to be amazing. Peacemaker 2 coming out. They showed the picture again of Superman with Crypto the dog, which that just is adorable. They talked about how HBO Lanterns is going to be written by the people who did True Detective, and it's going to be the Green Lanterns is going to be about like a detective story, like of them, but going across galaxies and stuff like that. So that's going to be cool. But the way that the DCU canon is going to work is from now on, if they mention it, it's canon. So from every movie from here on out, starting with Superman, everything will be canon. So this is what he said exactly. He said, Peacemaker is a major part and a major character. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wrong part. I'm at the wrong part. I effed up. I'm sorry. I'm going to go home now. It's all because of you guys. And all right. There are references to things that happened in the past, and those references are now going to become canon. That will be what happens from Superman all the way on down to Superman, Supergirl, and all other movies that are coming on in the flags. And I mean, DC is one of the greatest, influencers of all time with their movies and, being the best movies that ever existed about comic books. And so why do you guys keep wanting to jerk each other off? It's like out of all the things. So what do you guys think about this? Okay, so this is what it is. From the new Superman on, if they mention it, because even in upcoming trailers, not Vila, what's her name? The lady, Violet, that plays
Viola Davis,
Amanda Walker. Yeah,
Viola Davis.
Yeah, Viola Davis. She's in it already because we can hear her voice. So she's coming up next. Peacemaker is going to make the transfer. I guess it's a part of the season 2 is how it goes from being the DCEU over to the DCU. Because, he had the entire, he had the Justice League in the last episode. What do you guys think about this?
I really don't know.
I could give a fuck less.
Yeah, I'm kind of working this one. Sorry.
I can't think of anything less interesting in film right now than canon and cinematic universes.
It's a lot.
It's not a lot. It's nothing is what it is.
See, I don't know if you know this, guys. I don't know if you know this, guys, but I am part of one of the most canon, one of the biggest cinematic universes of all time. All the time. At least 6 times a week I have to watch.
Porky's?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It has nothing to do with that right there. So I like cinematic universes.
That picture of domestic violence in the background?
All right, well, then I'm going to cut. All right, whatever. I'm moving on. I will. I guess we'll pass that story. We'll pass that story.
I'm never going to get invited back. I fucking tagged an entire segment.
Let's see.
Really
I have over 45 stories. I'm just cutting all of them out now.
You already
good. Not to you guys, obviously. Anyway.
We're just waiting. Feed us.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys ever heard of a place called Alamo Drafthouse?
Yeah, absolutely. Been there.
Alamo Drafthouse was one of me and Chris's favorite theaters of all time. Me and him used to go to them all the time in the Kansas City area before they during the COVID time.
COVID closed it down.
Yeah. So at this point,
yeah.
All right. At this point, Chris, you're off. You're off on timing again, so just be careful. Anyway, at this point, on October 30th, the movie A24's Herrick, the new movie with the lovely Hugh.
Neil, it's Heretic, by the way.
All right, you're gonna have to come in and come out, bro. You're out again. And it just sounds really bad. Just hurry up and do it. Just hurry up, do it quick. Just refresh, just do it. Do it. Just 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 do it.
Go do it
I'm
before
gonna-
we do it.
Who knew it? If he could do it, we would sue it.
I keep thinking that picture of Randy Savage is about to smack the shit out of Elizabeth. Like, and it's supposed to, so I don't know why. I think it's animated. But
No, it's a
every time I look at it, like,
1984.
like he's winding up to backhand her. Stop sleeping with Hogan. Smack.
Oh yeah, and I mean at this point, I think Hogan slept with Elizabeth. I'm on Macho Man's side.
Neil, by the way, the movie's called Heretic.
Yeah, no, I know. Thank you. You told us 15 minutes after I said the name.
No, waiting until you're done with the sentence. I waited for a pause, and I was like, Heretic. I'm like, Heretic. I'm like, Heretic. Okay.
Heretic. All right. So the movie
Heretic,
Heretic.
got it.
A24's Heretic is doing one of the first in a long time 4D experiences at the Alamo Drafthouse. If you can, on October 26th, you literally will be able to feel everything. The ground will shake. They'll blow out mist and smoke and all that. It's going to be a 4D experience. So if I love this kind of idea, and remember earlier this year we were talking that they're going to get like the movie industry is about to put $5 billion into theaters to do this kind of experience. Are you guys a fan of the 4D experience, or do you rather just sit in a dark room watching a screen?
I like it. It's just that I don't need for every movie. Yeah.
I'll answer it this way. I've said for years, and I've been in agreement with those who have said the same thing. Theaters have to start offering experiences. They have to make events because you can't draw a crowd for much anymore. Very rarely does, you get the occasional like Deadpool and Wolverine or Inside Out 2, that draws huge numbers. But for the most part, all year round, theaters are struggling, and we're going to lose them if we don't use them. So, but it's hard to convince people to leave their homes and watch movies on the big screen when they can watch them on their their giant flat screens at home. So in order to get people to come out, you have to create experiences. So whether it's 40K or something else, I'm all for those things.
Yeah, to get people out of the house to go to the theater, the thing that we love still. It's
yeah.
But
I love the old
if I have to live in a world of all direct to Netflix movies, I'm gonna quit watching movies, especially after what I had to go through this past Monday. Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Ugh.
All right, let's see here. So I went through the 37 news stories where you guys were talking. I went through the 37 news stories I had, and I took out anything that had anything to do that's a sequel, part of a cinematic universe, part of anything like that. They're all gone. So
Neil's not talking about Blade. How you delay a year, right?
No, but I am going to talk about the movie they put. I can't even talk about the movie they put in its place because that's in the cinematic universe too. So that one's gone. So that one's gone. That one's gone. Yeah. Nobody cares about Predator. That's not a thing. That's a cinematic universe, all right.
Always passive aggressive.
So
I know.
Oh no, can't talk about Stan Lee's other comic books that are coming. That have nothing to do with the Marvel. Wait a minute, it has nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's still Stan Lee writing them. So that's kind of they're not.
He dead.
I'll go with this one. I'll go with. So the Excalibur the Excelsior comics that Stan Lee wrote with Legible Comics is getting their own new graphic novel. They're going to do a new graphic novel with it based off of it, and on top of that they're going to do a movie that's going to be kind of like a standalone Batman, like Tim Burton's Batman.
Cool.
Does Stan Lee need more movies? Obviously not. This is what I heard from two guys earlier. I can't talk about Paddington.
You can talk about Paddington.
No, Paddington's a cinematic universe. They have several movies that are not based on just the bear alone. Got to move on. All right. So, No, we can't talk about Prince Charming, the new live action movie coming out.
I love this.
Can't do that one.
This might be my favorite news segment ever. Watching Neil
and we can't talk about what Christopher Nolan's new thing's going to be because he is a cinematic universe of his own, the Nolanverse.
You can tell us. You can tell us next.
All right, news is done.
Movie.
I think that's it. Everything else had something to do with
Neil,
something.
can you calm down, dude?
No, this is great. I love this. What else can we do to
we
upset
can't
Neil?
talk about how Alien Romulus is going to be on VHS cassette only for the first part of its release. I don't see he almost killed himself. I don't want people to die. Star Trek Section 1 and what premiere date is? No, can't talk about that. Mike Flanagan is not going to be remaking The Exorcist, but he's just going to, you don't want to hear about that. James Gunn's, Elijah Wood says that, nope, that's Lord of the Rings. That's the cinematic universe too. Jesus Christ, you're right.
Hang on, 1 sec. If you could stop being passive aggressive for just a second, because I'm enjoying this. But doesn't this speak to the nature of movie news that you can't find anything to talk about that isn't part of the sludge?
And you know what the thing is? The best part of all this, I go to several websites. I don't just use one. Right. I go to I can even list them all. It's MovieWeb, Screen Rant, Collider, Joe Blow, the Hollywood Reporter, and I don't know, there's two other ones, whatever. But I go to several websites and I scan through their day. And of course I'm not looking at like, oh, this is what Henry Cavill would look like if he was Galactus drawn by an art. I don't read those clip grabbers. I usually look at the news only. And so you have to understand, I went through at least 5 different websites to get these 30 stories. And I am 100% agreeance with you. I don't think a single one of them is, except for like the couple I've said, is about anything but covering sequels.
Well, Christopher Nolan's new movie is not a sequel. You can talk about Christopher Nolan's new movie. It's not connected to the end of the movie. He's just a director with a body of work. You can talk about that. Espionage movie is coming out.
No, nobody cares about Christopher Nolan. He hasn't been that. I mean, he's done one good movie. What, 2? Memento and Oppenheimer.
I have news items.
What news items do you got?
Their Best Picture buzz is starting because for the last 2 years we've done. Fuck off. For the last 2 years, we've been doing a show where we do a survey of all the Best Picture nominees for the Oscars. And the experience of doing that has taught me, I bet I start to get on these early and start reviewing them early, or I end up having to cram, in a weekend, like 5 or 6 other, sometimes 8 Best Picture movies, and these are not, fun movies. Like you guys review Tar, right?
Yeah, we talk about Tar.
Yeah, I'm sure Tar was just a rocking good time for Neil.
My God, I wanted to die twice.
Or did you guys do women talking? Because I don't remember seeing that one.
Yeah, I remember seeing it, but I don't know if we talked about it. I don't think we talked about women talking.
What a women bitching.
Maestro was also kind of like, oh my God.
We covered Maestro. I know you guys covered Maestro. They can't be all as raucous as Poor Things, or as crowd pleasing as like Barbie or Avatar: Way of the Water. They get some real doozies in there between over the last 2 years. So starting this week, I started looking for what's the Best Picture buzz, and I got a list going. And it's stuff that's been making the festival rounds.
So is Nora on there?
Nora's on there? Amelia Perez, Queer, The Brutalist, The Piano Lesson, which is going to be on Netflix. And you know what's funny? You got me all excited about The Last Showgirl. So that's on my list. But
I can't wait for that one.
I paired that with Nora and Amelia Perez. That's one show. And then I think the other one was Blitz, The Brutalist, and The Piano Lesson. And I'm really trying to make sure that well before they announce what the Best Picture nominees are going to be, I get in all the gay cowboys eating pudding movies that might be nominated.
I can't wait to see Nora personally. I'm super excited for Nora.
Yeah, when I saw what that was, I was super excited about that. That and
Sean
Amelia
Baker.
Perez I'm excited for. I'm not excited about The Brutalist, Blitz, or The Piano Lesson, but they're on the list, so I'm going to watch them.
Yeah. So I'm going to definitely look into those too. I'm excited for Nora, but other than that, I really have no hopes for what the next couple months bring us.
I will say this: the only two movies that I saw on the list that I found of stuff that were crowd pleasing, big time IP movies, like this year's Barbie or Avatar. Get this: Dune Part 2, and the other one I saw, believe it or not, was The Wild Robot, which I could see getting nominated for like Best Animated Feature, but I can't imagine it's going to get nominated for Best Picture.
What's that one with the Robert Zemeckis doing with Robert Knight and Tom Hanks? What's that one called?
What?
The one with the Robert Zemeckis doing with Tom Hanks and Robert Knight. It's coming out this year.
You mean Forrest Gump? Yeah, it was a good movie, man.
I know which one you're talking about now. It took me
it's
a second.
Life. It's called Life. It's called Life.
Yeah, I have no clue with that.
Talking about, all right, here we go. We'll finish a new segment. I found a news that isn't part of a continuance, part of a country, a decade, or I don't know, whatever you guys said. Cinematic universe. Sharon Stone and Lily Gladstone is to join a comedy with the godfather of podcasting himself, Mark Maron. And Mark Maron is going to be doing a comedy that's called A Memoir. Fiddling, he just got
hell yeah.
It's going to be Sharon Stone. It's going to be Lily Gladstone. It's going to be directed by Rob Burnett, who also Judy Greer is going to be in it, and so is Tyler Ryder. Now, what it is it'll see Mark Maron star as a struggling actor who gets the devastating news that he is dying of terminal cancer. Wanting to pursue his legacy and to fulfill his lifelong dream of being the Academy Awards, Maron's began a campaign for him to be featured in the Oscar ceremony. And it's the memoir segment. Now, that sounds new and original.
It does. I'm into it.
Sounds cool.
Yay! A new original thing. New original thing. New original thing. New original thing. Wow. Yeah.
I saw Neil sucking on that vape like 6 or 7 times more than he should have.
This is tobacco, man. This is a tobacco.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
By tobacco, he means fentanyl.
Yeah, right.
In case you're like all pissy at me, the Red Letter Media guys beat me to this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They put out a video where there's like everything is content, everything is sludge, and it's hilarious.
No, I 100%. No, it was very cool. It was a big eye opener just because, like, then as soon as you said that, I was just like, look, I was just playing the character there. By any means, no, it was just funny because, like, going through everything, it's like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. Everything is 100%. Yeah. So, guys, you can go look up all that stuff if you want to. Next, that's the end of the news segment. Let's talk about a movie. That was the movies don't suck and some of them news until Mark ruined it, but that's okay. We're going to talk about our second movie, Piece by Piece.
You ruiner. My sister likes you.
Piece by Piece, directed by Morgan Neville. Morgan Neville directed a bunch of music documentaries before this, kind of like this one. This features Pharrell as his fucking self.
And I love music.
Morgan Neville's in this. Kendrick Lamar is in this.
Scientists say chickens come from dinosaurs.
Gwen Stefani shows up in this more than I think she should. Timbaland's in this. Snoop Dogg is in this movie.
And how does that help if I get shampoo in my dick hole?
Justin Timberlake's in this.
What? No.
Branch, you can't say no. They're your friends.
They're your friends.
Also, Jay-Z, or so there's people call Jay-Z Jays, which is awful. Nor
It's
Daft Punk.
Jay-Z.
I know. I was joking, fucking around.
Don't disrespect the Godfather of hip hop, bro. That's I don't want you to get
Godfather,
killed.
you on your mind? All right, Busta Rhymes is in this.
You live in Kansas City, bro.
Pusha T's in this. Neil, go to the storyline for Piece by Piece. I know, right?
There has to be a storyline, right? Yeah, there you go. Piece by Piece is an unparalleled motion picture experience that captures the magic and brilliance of Pharrell Williams, the creative genius, one Lego brick at a time. Uninterested in making a traditional film about his life, Pharrell set out to tell his story in a way that would set audiences' imaginations free. Developed from his singular vision, Piece by Piece defies genres and exceptions to transport audiences into a Lego world where anything is possible.
I have.
So I had one question going.
I have like a ton of questions.
Yeah, one okay, but I have one question going in this movie that was unanswered by the time I got out of it. Who is this for? Not saying I didn't enjoy this movie. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy this movie.
All right,
but I'm like,
all right. Well, no, that's a huge question you just asked, bro. Who was the Doors for? Who was Bohemian Rhapsody for? Who was Rocket Man for? You're literally just saying who's a music biography.
Please shove you away from him, dear sweet Chris, love of my life. Imagine, if you will, the same movie done normal, and you're 10 or you're 13, and you're sitting with your dad who dragged you to the 87th movie this year, and you see the trailer for a guy you don't know whose music you only know the one song, and it's just a normal documentary. You as a 10-year-old or you as a 13-year-old, are you going to go see that? The answer is no. However, take that same 10-year-old who grew up on Lego movies, take that same 13-year-old who grew up on Lego movies, and do what this movie did, and you'll get exactly who this movie was for and why they did it this way, among the personal reasons Pharrell talks about in the goddamn movie. This was a way of reaching a wider general audience that he would never have reached if they had done this straight, or if they had done a dramatic biopic. You guys did Bob Marley, One Love, earlier in the year, and it did okay. I don't think it broke any real numbers. I think it was fair to middling.
Yeah,
it was in and out of theaters, and people didn't really pay it much mind.
It was
and I tell you, I took my kids to go see it, but I take my kids to go see everything. Most kids couldn't tell Bob Marley from Jacob Marley. Okay, and they weren't sure as fuck going to see Bob Marley, One Love. However, how you do that same movie as Legos, and suddenly the kids are just like, take me to the Lego movie, because those things are wildly popular. I think, Pharrell, I think, one, felt like, in his weirdo mind, Legos are a way of expressing what's going on in his brain and in his heart, which I'm totally into. I love that idea. But also, it's to reach as wide an audience as possible, and Legos are known like worldwide. This was actually a brilliant idea.
I think this was more
but did
than
translate that way to the box
And-
office? That's the
And
question.
my one thing is this: I have never had a fucking Lego movie make me cry twice. This movie was fucking phenomenal. If this is not my top 5 at the end of the year, it's because something knocked it the fuck out of there. Because right now,
That blows my fucking mind that you said that.
This easily is this was a number 1 for me. This easily made my top 10. This is one of my favorite movies.
Easily made my top 10.
Two things real quick. I wanted to know, if I hadn't twisted your arm to watch this one, would you have? Clearly, the answer is no.
Clearly.
Which brings me to my second question. What the fuck with you, Chris?
Yeah, dude. What's wrong with you?
Why are you like, this movie? I would have watched
This
anything else.
is the end of the world.
Like,
This is
why-
like
why
one
is-
of the most positive movies I've ever seen.
I find it positivity, and it's just that I didn't get much out of it. I enjoyed myself, but I'm not feeling
Wait,
emotionally
wait,
connected
wait,
to
wait.
Pharrell or the whole. What's
I think I got the question on this
Oh
one.
God.
I think
Oh,
I
here
got
we
the
go.
one that like if the way he answers this question will kind of give us a reflection on this.
Okay.
Chris, name one new cartoon in the last 5 years.
Okay, like,
That's
you
not a
know,
movie.
Okay, I can't do that. I watch cartoons.
There we go.
Okay.
It's Chris is giving up on his inner child of watching that cartoon every now and then and just being stupid for no reason and
This
having
isn't
that
stupid
deep
though. That's
hearted.
different.
This was beautiful. This is like I thought I was going into a silly, stupid movie like Batman, Lego Batman, or Lego the movie or whatever. And I went in and I got touched in places in this movie.
I don't know
that
anything
I
about
was
Pharrell.
just
When I was in high school, I think when high school or college, I think when Nerd came out, and I didn't know who the fuck Pharrell was or who was even in Nerd. I just know
right.
I heard lap dance probably at a strip club, knowing me, and I loved it, And I remember like my friends and I just thought lap dance was the shit. Like we would sing it, and it was sort of like naughty and goofy at the same time, and we were obsessed with that song.
Your dance for free. You can get
Yeah.
slap dance
It's
here
just
for
here
free.
which is probably why I heard it at a strip club. But also, I remember seeing a buzz clip for Rockstar on MTV.
Oh,
And
I'm a
I
rock
still-
star.
Yeah.
I love that song. I've been bumping that song all week,
Yeah,
dude.
that
I
song's
still
dope.
have the CDs from Nerd, like when they first came out. I still have them back in my attic, man.
The image of the white nerdy kid in the gym shorts doing this shit, I can't get that out of my head. I love that
Yes!
video. That song is great. I kind of vaguely knew who the Neptunes were. And then there's this large block of my life where I couldn't have picked Pharrell out of a Police lineup. And I knew Happy, but if you had told me prior to this movie, who does Happy? Pharrell, Usher, or Metallica? I would have guessed possibly Metallica. I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy.
I knew. I was pretty aware of Pharrell's music, especially Happy, because you couldn't escape it. Happy for a while.
Pharrell is
actually no. My answer would have been Weird Al Yankovic. That would have been my answer.
Also, also that punk song he did, but like I said, I did not enjoy myself. I did enjoy myself in this movie. There are other things that I've seen way shittier movies than this year. I enjoyed my time watching this, but it's not gonna make my top 10.
Okay.
Oh, easily. I mean, it's easily one of the best movies I've seen all year. Easily.
I
like
agree.
I don't know. I think like it'd be like Deadpool and Wolverine, and then this movie I think will be second. Because there's two parts in this movie that, like, as a male human being that has worked in music and in the musical industry for pretty much my entire existence, I know Pharrell. I know Pharrell well. I've played all of everything that's on his soundtrack for this movie. I have played that in so many clubs, so many times. I have lap danced, Rockstar, every Blurred Lines, whatever, Keep on Dancing. I mean, I had like an 11-minute stretch of that song once that I did with vinyl. And so Pharrell has been one of the producers that literally from ever since, Rum Shaker till now is one of the most used in the club. Get the beat going. We're being happy. We're gonna,
he really is one of the ultimate. You know his music, but you don't know his name. You've heard his music because it's that pervasive in the culture. I want to say this, in terms of craft, I thought I was in trouble at the beginning of this movie because the first question out of the documentarian's mouth is, so, something along the lines of where do we begin? And like, oh, where are you from? He asked him a very innocuous question. Where are you from? The answer is Virginia Beach. The first words out of his mouth were, I'm from the mud. And I was like, oh, if this is one of those esoteric weirdo fucking movies where he just rambles incessantly and makes no fucking sense, I'm walking out of this theater. Like, I can't.
Oh my god! I thought it was gonna go that way too. I totally agree.
He had 90 minutes of fucking nonsense coming out of this idiot's mouth. I can't take it. But no, he quickly transitioned from that to I'm from Virginia Beach.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
PG spray.
Oh yeah. PG
I
spray
have
is.
I have to say, like, it's gimmicky that they did this with Legos, but in a way it was perfect. And there were two examples of how perfect it was to use Legos to tell his story. One, he uses the phrase "we're stacking beats." they're creating and cataloging and storing beats for musicians that they can quick pull when they have a project they need to do. Instead of trying to just come up with stuff on the fly.
Back in the day, it was either on vinyl cassettes or you'd have books of CDs with all the beats in them and stuff like that. And usually they'd be copyrighted off the back. I had like this guy named DJ Ralphie that used to hang. He's the first one that actually, I think it was, I can't remember. I think it's like 96 or 97. That was the first time I ever heard stacking beats.
It makes me wonder if people like what would this hard drive look like right now? You know what I mean?
So the way they do it in the movie is they literally build a shape out of Legos, and you see them like on shelves. Like that's a really creative use of this medium, to the stop motion animation with the Legos, and we'll represent beats with little Lego things. That was really cool, and I thought a really inventive use of this. The second time, and it made me. It's got the biggest laugh out of me throughout the entire movie. And it's not like a comedy or anything; it's a documentary. But occasionally something funny is said or happens in the movie. And the biggest one was when he gets the intern to be their manager, and they're taking him around to different record labels, and and I don't remember the song, but it's like Rockstar. It's really heavy, and he's just kicking in the door, and he's doing this, and, and he's like, I'm here, I'm right here. And he's talking about how like Pharrell had this really infectious, over the top, almost toddlerish energy. And it's being represented by this little Lego guy doing splits and moving up and down with a big smile on his face. And it's like, you maniac. And I cracked up laughing. And I was like, well, that's a really fun use of Lego. To go back to the beginning of this, you're like, who is this made for? Well, Pharrell obviously has a vision, a sort of weirder than normal way of looking at the world. And I think he made effective use of the Legos when he was talking about seeing things in color, and Legos being a good representation of that color. And I would happen to agree. I was skeptical about this as a gimmick, but I absolutely think everybody involved took great pains to make sure that this as a Lego movie was different and effective, which I think is why it's in my top 10. This is probably the most...
I didn't know what fever dream I was walking into.
Yeah, it's the most different movie I've ever seen that wasn't like, a weirdo horror movie where they throw guts at the camera. It's
or like one of these not bad, but I'm talking about like at this point, how many musical bios have you seen in the last 5 years now? I mean, like what we've seen Queen, Elton John, Marley, Amy Winehouse. I keep on forgetting her name's not Crackhouse. Anyway,
before that, Ray, Walk the Line.
Well, I mean, those are older. Those are older, but like in the last 5 years.
I think they never go away.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they've ever gone away either. I think they've been going since the 80s.
You want to keep going back further? How about The Doors? Do we need a 2.5-hour movie about The Doors? No, we don't, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you this.
Yes, we do.
I'm drunk. I'm nobody. I'm drunk. I'm famous. I'm drunk. I'm fucking dead. Sorry.
So,
oh my God! I can't remember who told me that joke years ago.
That's Dennis Leary, by the way.
Mark, how'd your kids like this movie?
They loved it. We all did.
Yeah.
They were like, we were all like dancing.
This
and
will be one of my highest rated movies of the year.
What was that, Neil?
I said this will easily be one of my highest rated movies of the year, man. This is like this one. There's one spot when he was like the astronaut, and he like looked back at the Earth, and he's like, and then I realized that we're all just individuals on this one little dot, and that we're all people. Like I mean, stuff like that with those deep.
Well, he was paraphrasing. He was paraphrasing Carl Sagan, which I thought that we said Carl Sagan, but I like.
Okay, yeah, but my point of that wasn't just because of that scene. I'm saying there's several points in this movie that are very deeply like philosophy, like about having the person watching the movie not just be in a movie, but ask questions to yourself about how to make yourself a better human being on the planet that we are on. And like, it's not just that. I could go back through and point out like Like, I think it was right before the McDonald's part of the thing when the dad was like, I forgot he wrote McDonald's, right there before there's a part that he says something that some of it I don't want to ruin too much, because I feel like this is an actual kind of a movie where it's like, you're living the life of a dude. And if you haven't,
say this, Pharrell's music didn't make me a fan of Pharrell. This movie did. Like, I walked out of it to go all the way back to Chris's, like, who is this for? It's for people like me who weren't huge fans of Pharrell. Like, who doesn't like Happy? It's like the most generically pleasing song to be written in the history of music.
Right.
But I wasn't a fan of Pharrell. I don't care. And then I watched this movie and I'm like, he's a good dude. He's a really creative dude. He's a really smart dude. He's a really talented dude. This is a dude I want to continue to support. That's the effectiveness of this movie.
I've listened to everything Pharrell since I've watched this movie. Like, I have just been jamming the beats throughout my house. I'm sure my wife is so tired of hearing Happy, Drop It Like It's Hot, Rockstar, Lap Dance. What was? I can't do it. I can't even do it. I tried doing it back in the day when I was a DJ at a club. I tried doing that on the microphone. I thought it was so cool. Anyway, moving on.
It's almost over now.
Almost over now. It's almost over now.
now.
You can't deal with me. I'm a rock star.
All right, Chris, why do you hate this movie?
I don't hate this.
Why do you hate it? You made it very clear, Dan, at the beginning.
Why do you hate it?
Why do you hate it?
Why do you hate Children in Whimsy?
I don't think it'll make its budget back. It's at 7.7 million right now.
Suddenly you're interested in fucking budgets. Every time I've been on this podcast, you guys don't give a fuck about what a movie
Well,
makes.
I know,
now you're interested.
I don't give
like
a
I
fuck
said,
about no budget.
Now
we're interested.
We're interested because, like I said, my question still wasn't answered.
It's almost over now. It's almost over now.
But I'm glad you guys got something out of it.
Hang on, you pretentious son of a bitch. I have seen you review every gay cowboy eating pudding, throw my guts at the fucking camera movie for the last year and a half. Many of which made a fucking Suddenly, you're like, I don't like it. Who are you, Robert Winfrey? This doesn't appeal to me, so it's bad. And now
I didn't say it was bad at all. I never said it was a bad movie. I liked it just fine.
If you give this a worse rating than some of the stuff we give on Panic Fest, I am gonna get up and walk out. And you guys can finish the fucking rest of the podcast.
I want to know, did you like this more or less than Beau Was Afraid?
I like this more than Beau Was Afraid.
Oh my god! All right, I can keep coming back now.
Because this one didn't confound me. This one I wasn't confounded by piece by piece. I was confounded by Beau Was Afraid. Beau Was Afraid is more fun to talk about.
I saw that. Oh, and by the way, Beau Was Afraid didn't make a lot of money either.
Huh?
I really love, dude.
No, this one I like just fine. But Neil, it's a fun movie. There's nothing offensive about it. That's why it's PG. But there are very clever uses of Legos in this. Like stacking beats is pretty cool. But again, I don't know. I liked it just fine.
Is this the first time you've ever done a documentary on this show?
No, we tried it early on, and it didn't work out.
And it went as well as it did tonight.
What documentary did we do?
It was. I want to say it was that Fred Rogers one.
Oh, that one was a movie like this though. That's what I think. Like there are certain documentaries that are movies.
Yeah. This one's a movie.
They're not. This one's a movie for sure. And that one, Won't You Be My Neighbor? That was a movie. That was, as much as people want to say documentary, that movie. Come on, you don't walk into a documentary where they hand you Kleenex.
Was that the one with Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers?
No. This was the actual documentary of Won't You Be My Neighbor. But the way they did it was just like there's like 4 parts in this documentary that baby.
I think Neil and I went and saw it out of the Draft House together. I think you and I saw that together.
And we laughed at the Kleenex, but then we were like,
thank you for
no. Yeah, we definitely needed the Kleenex because you're a sobbing mess at the end of it.
That's wonderful.
But I like Piece by Piece. I didn't love it like you guys did, but I was just fine with it. So
All right. So, Mark, what is your score on this? Since you like to make up your thing, and let's just hear it. Let's hear what your thing for this one is.
Yeah.
How many?
you
No,
guys-
I know. How many Fears for Tears would you give this?
I don't know what you're talking about, but the only rating scale that matters is the one I created to develop my top 10 and my bottom 5. So this gets a 1. This will be in my top 10.
Okay.
It's magical.
It is,
I
yeah.
know.
If I'm using the Mark scale, definitely a 1. 4.8, man. This is like literally. I want to
What
watch
the
this again
fuck? Okay,
already.
all right.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm serious. Pharrell's been one of my favorite musical producers, creators for years. I own, I think, everything he's ever touched. If not, I used so much of Pharrell like back in the day when I was a DJ. It's ridiculous. I mean, God, I think Get Lucky by fucking Daft Punk. I made so many people's ears bleed with that. Like it's like, but. He's one of my favorite music guys in history. This movie did such a great. I didn't know any of his story except for what I knew that he, played in a band. He played in, Nerd, and he played in Neptunes, and he's part of, I know, what I know from just buying his music, but like I didn't know his backstory, and the backstory he told and the way he reflected on his life made me want to be a better human being. And there ain't many movies in this fucking world that I watch when I walk out that I'm like, I want to be a better human being than I was 5 minutes ago.
I wonder.
That's awesome.
I just wondered because earlier this year, Chad Hugo, but there's a lawsuit against Pharrell, and I don't know if that's been resolved since this movie came out. It was earlier this year when they did the.
What's that lawsuit about?
I don't know. I think it's unpaid royalties. I think is what he's saying.
I'm sure Pharrell will pay him money because Pharrell's not that kind of guy to like fight
I'm not saying he's not.
over.
I'm not saying that
Yeah,
he's not, but
I obviously after this movie, I'm gonna have a high respect for him.
my score is a 3.7. I like it just fine.
3.7. You like it just fine. You want to give it a hug?
Yeah, I'd be fine with getting a hug, but it's not.
Do you want to
it's not-
touch it in its no place?
It's not top. It's not breaking my list this year, probably. Oh,
What's
it's
in your top,
everything.
what's in your top 10 right now?
I haven't put it together yet, but
Yeah, I got to
Sorry.
start putting that back. No, just like seriously, what movie's on the top of your head? Like,
Yeah, I
you,
wanna-
you have
Well,
if
we
you're
know
top
the-
10, you're gonna
we know the
remember
Devils-
it.
We know
What
that
movies
it
are
was
better than this one this year?
Well, we know the Devil's better than this. 100%. We know with the Devil.
Late Night. Okay, that tracks.
Late Night with
What
the
else?
Devil.
Strange
Okay.
Darling.
Give me 1 second because I do have a list somewhere.
Dead and Deadpool.
I
Wolverine.
can rattle off a bunch of mine. So they worked on it over the week. The Wild Robot, Transformers
That's on
1. This.
We didn't see
Fury-
either one of those movies. We need, you know what? That's what we'll do when they come out on
Oh.
platforms. Let's just do
That's
a
it.
double episode that week where we
Here's-
just do an episode of just robots.
I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3. We have the Devil, The Substance, and Strange Darling. Am I top? My top 10 this
All
year.
movies I haven't seen.
I know you got
The
some.
Substance is badass.
Wild Robot, Transformers 1, Furiosa, The Fall Guy, Maxine, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. I don't remember what else I put on my number ones. Oh, Dune Part 2.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also agree with Furiosa. Also agree with. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Long Legs, but that really surprised me.
I have not seen Long Legs.
And Love Lies Bleeding is great too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that's seen Long Legs, like that's in their top like 5 or 10. Same thing with
Oh,
Daylight
this
with
is
the Devil.
sad. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading that now.
what happened now? What'd you find out?
So it's basically the two of them were Neptunes forever and stuff like that with the other guy every now and then, and now they're in legal dispute over the name, because I guess they're separating, and they think now Pharrell Williams is trying to over control it. But the thing is, I don't know how much of that he made, and so I wasn't
Is this
there, so I
is
can't.
it Neptunes or Nerd? What they're talking about that?
It's over the Neptunes
Okay, well, interesting.
about getting the rights for the name.
Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully they figure that out.
Me, I'm a rock star.
But I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What is the audience score for Piece by Piece?
81%.
90%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Woo! See, doesn't feel. Yeah, me and Mark are validated. All right.
Audience says Dance to the Beat is inspiring biopic that uses Lego animation to creatively tell the story of the music giant Pharrell Williams' rise to fame piece by piece. All right, Neil, what's the audience score? What's critic score for Piece by Piece?
92%.
84%. Certified fresh.
Oh, they went low on me.
Criticism
I hate it when
says-
they go low and not high.
Yeah. A highly unusual twist on documentary format that somehow works seamlessly. This kaleidoscopic overview of Pharrell Williams' career is a lively testament to the power of self-belief. So a really good review and a bad review by the critics here. Give me 1 second because I fucked it up. Okay, this is a bad review from Patrick McDonald. He said, you will believe that a man can write a love letter to his life in the Lego animation. Yes, the visual element is cool, but the story is something you would turn off if it was a My MTV Behind the Music episode. But Pharrell is happy.
Bad AI.
This is from Sandy Aguilera-Chin. Common Season Media says, this is an inspiring, unforgettable documentary about one of a kind artist who's never been content to color within the lines for his art. So that's Piece by Piece. This is in theaters for probably a couple more weeks. So
At least another week or two.
yeah,
At least another year.
My other question to you guys: which do you think will make your bottom 5? Venom: The Last Dance or Kraven the Hunter?
Okay, I have slight hopes. I have slight hopes for Kraven. I do know.
Not do you? That's my pick.
Slight hips, but I do. But I am already fucking hating the idea of going to Venom.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm hating it.
Okay. I assume that's the next one on your list to review.
I love Tom Hardy Venom. I love the storyline. It's probably one of the best trilogies.
You gotta be out of your fucking mind. You gotta be out of your fucking mind, you know.
It's more to the story than the Christopher Nolan universe was.
Oh my god.
Anyway, but since I actually read comics, I like the Venom movies. And I can't wait for the third one. And I'm hearing nothing but good things about it from around the net. Okay. So like they just did a premiere this weekend at New York Comic-Con, and there's people that are have been giving it great reviews.
I can't wait till it's over. but
I want more. Give me more Venom. I want Venom everywhere. I want Venom all over my face.
How does Robert feel about Venom, by the way?
I fucking hates it.
Okay.
Robert notoriously hates the Venom movies.
I'm with him. I don't.
Robert hated the country of China because of Venom.
Oh wow.
Why?
Because the first one did really, really well in China, and that's what got it its sequel. Like China single-handedly carried, kind of like the Warcraft movie. China single-handedly carried Venom.
Well, I can't wait. I mean, whatever.
I can't believe that. That's awesome.
But yeah, Kraven the Hunter looks almost as bad as Madam Web, which is in my bottom 5.
Yeah, but Kraven the Hunter is supposed to be super fucking bloody and violent, but that's only.
Is Madam Web still 2024?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
It came out Valentine's Day week. I was dating a different woman at the time. I took her 3 kids who don't go to the movies, and my 2 kids. My son shot the funniest fucking TikTok at the end of Madam Web, where I have her kid like walk into frame, and my son just like tackles her. It's like, "Ma'am, are you about to go in to see Madam Web? Well, don't. And here's why." And he goes into a fucking rant about how awful Madam Web was.
I'm thinking like, you know,
that's amazing.
I'm thinking Frozen Empire might show up in my worst movies this year.
Which one?
Suppose Frozen Empire, the Ghostbusters movie.
Oh god, that's a solid 2 for me.
Did we watch a Christopher Nolan movie this year?
You need to fucking calm down. I'm sorry that he didn't make your Joker.
Last year, you dickhead.
Rebel Moon Part 2 will definitely be.
I need to give him another negative review. Oppenheimer was good. Now I need another negative.
Well,
I mean,
tell you
I'm
what,
sure he'll make another movie that
I
we can't
haven't
understand.
seen the second Rebel Moon movie, but I don't want to. But I have plenty to fill out my bottom 5 now. After watching Unfrosted, Uglies, and Night Swim. Ugh.
Oh god, dude, Uglies is definitely my top worst movie seen this year.
Did
But
we watch Night Swim?
My
Uglies.
bottom 5 right now are Madam Web, The Crow, Uglies, Unfrosted, and Night Swim.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil's already the Crow is already in his.
Yeah, The Crow has to
It
be
is
there
by far
'cause-
the worst movie made this year, The Crow.
Yeah, that's probably my number one at this point because, like, as much as I'll go with any story. Like, this is, again, you guys know my theory on comic book movies. Literally, I'll go with any story if the story makes sense.
Right.
But if the story doesn't make sense, like the Nolan universe, it doesn't fucking work. Then, I don't think I can ever back it, and that's just the way it is.
All right, I've hijacked your show long enough. I'll shut up now.
I like that. That was awesome. That was a good talk. People will enjoy that. I'm sure someone's going to be spanking it or taking a poop listening to this.
I hope you're jerking off while taking a poop.
I think.
Oh, is that a plumpkin? Isn't that what that called?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not from your country.
Yeah, he is in Florida. It's a whole different place over there. You can find us online at whosunsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/podcast. We're at X and GS Podcast. We're Instagram to the podcast. We're on wtm.net.com. So you can do to Amazon.net. You'll find us there on a bunch of really cool podcasts that Mark's put. We're on patreon.com/whosunsuck. We're on YouTube at whosunsuck podcast. And we're doing podcast on YouTube. Send it to you. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that shit. Mark, why don't you detail that again?
Well, after I'm done recording with you guys, I have a hot date with a girl from Kansas. It's Alexis Haina.
Hey.
She is hosting
Wow.
TV party tonight, and we will be talking about Hysteria, which is the streaming TV show on Peacock. This is season 1,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's about the satanic panic of the 80s.
How is that, by the way?
It's worth a watch. It's
Okay,
it's not good. It's not. Or it's
What is
The
it
Wire.
called?
It's all Hysteria. It's got
Oh, yes, I saw that. I thought it. Oh, man. Oh, that's what it's about? I didn't read it. I saw Hysteria, and I automatically thought it was
It's
a
a
Def
Bruce
Leppard
Campbell in it.
biography.
So.
Yeah, that was her pitch to me. She was like, "Hey, you like metal? This is about metal, the Satanic Panic, and it has Bruce Campbell in it." I'm like, "All right, sold."
Yeah.
So,
Talking about metal for 5 seconds, did either one of you guys see Ozzy Osbourne's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this past Sunday?
I didn't
only
see it.
just now got inducted.
I know.
Yeah, oh, he was on Black Sabbath. This is his second induction. This is for his solo work.
Okay.
I know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what we all said too. I mean, oh my God, go back and watch that.
How's he
That
looking?
is a badass.
How's he looking?
He's dying. He can't even sing.
Yeah.
So they had Billy Idol. They had Jelly Roll. They had
Maynard was there, right? Maynard was there.
Maynard opened it up. Yeah, Maynard opened it up. Like, it was a good little set, and I was like, "Yeah, Ozzy! Oh, you're so old now. You make me feel old. I'm dying too. I gotta buy a coffin.
Yeah, so you'll be doing Hysteria after this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, we're back to me again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will be live streaming from W2M Network on YouTube. I'll be streaming on my Facebook and Rattlegion Broadcasting Network Facebook. We'll be doing the TV party for Hysteria. All of our audio stuff is Rattlegion Broadcasting Network on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like this pretty face, and really, why wouldn't you, ladies and some men? I gotta throw the Popeye in there now. You can check out all of our pretty faces on W2Mnet.com. That's our landing page, and we are W2M Network on YouTube. I'm done talking now.
Neil, who would you small business?
Dude, you know what's really funny? Like right now, each one of us has one viewer on every page.
That's amazing.
That's just hilarious. Anyway, small business. If you got a small business, let us, write us, email us, send a pigeon, whatever way you can get in contact with us, and we'll be more than happy to promote you on this show right here with our thousands of followers, our millions of of, wait a minute, I did it wrong. Our thousands of listeners on millions of followers. And, you know, just like earlier when Retris told me to do that, the owner actually told me to do that one.
Oh yeah, you guys ready to get out of here?
Not I kill you in your dreams, and I'm like, why? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't have it.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. Fuck.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something New. My name's
I just
Neil.
want to go home. Sorry.
I'm Chris, and
I'm too busy laughing.
okay, so that's Chris laughing.
That's smart.
All
Remember,
right,
guys and girls, no matter what you do, if you want to be the woman of ours, sometimes you got to give them a piece of that piece. Have a good day.
That was fun.
Thank you for all you guys that are still watching. Thank you very much. At this time, Mark will take questions of anything about his personal life.
Please ask me questions about my ex-wife and her fuckboy.
Whoa! Okay, at that point.